Hello, it is Thursday, August 7th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Thursday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving a themed crossword, and the theme might be a bit trickier than usual. That's often what happens on Thursday. We'll find out if that holds true this week. And today's potentially tricky edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Josh Allen, Mike from Vermont, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They, of course, sustain this channel. They keep it going day by day and week by week, and for that, I'm very grateful to them. Thank you to those four and to everybody who subscribes, who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so, just like them, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. You'll find bonus videos there and a call for questions for this month's patron Q&A video that I'll be recording later in the month. And of course, for benefactors like those four I've mentioned, there's the official Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. Thanks again to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon at any level of support. All right, it's time to get on to today's crossword by Ben Zimmer, who's constructed a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times. It's a Thursday crossword, so there might be some kind of interesting or intricate theme. We'll find out. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Speeding check. A trap, a speed trap? Be up. To win, to lead, to... I don't know. What arrives in the film Arrival? Is it ETs? Extraterrestrials? I mean, I saw the film, and that's what I would say that's true, but there might be looking for something else. I don't know. Dash display in some cars. In some cars. So it's not something like a tachometer or speedometer that's in essentially all cars. What would this be? Maybe something like kph, kilometers per hour? Not sure. Speeding check. Where the Magi journeyed from. The East? Maybe this isn't ETs. I don't know. I'm not confident about any of this. Tax blank. Tax advisor? Mixtures in copier cartridges. And this looks like a theme-related clue because it's being linked by 36, which says, in vain, or how to read the answers to 17, 25, 49, and 58 across. I don't know, obviously, yet. I don't know. I don't have any good ideas off the top of my head. Culture vultures concerns. Hype? No, it needs to be concerns, plural. Risk. Don't know what that one is. Kind of fever that's not actually a fever and is typically caused by pollen. Hay fever? Begins dealing with. School that's a rival of 37 down. Could it be Yale? Yeah, it's just that. And this is an informal name. I don't know. Could be. Not sure. Director Duvernay. Ava Duvernay? Risk averse. That's a phrase. There we go. It's needed to stay calm. Level head? Begins dealing with. Probably ends with no, probably doesn't end with an S. Has at? Yes, there we go. The way I got that was by thinking, well, it begins dealing with, so it probably ends with an S, but then I looked at this. This probably doesn't end, well, it does end with an S, but the penultimate letter wouldn't be, because that would then not create a kind of plural noun that itself, is pluralized via the S. So then I thought, well, there's got to be an S earlier on. It must be here. So I don't know, in case that's helpful at all, that was how I arrived at that. It's needed to stay calm. I don't know. I'm not doing very well. Yale. It's got to be. It's needed to stay calm. Tax. Culture vultures concerns. Arts? The arts? Birthplace of Madeleine Albright and Václav Havel. Prague? That would make sense. I actually didn't realize that was Madeleine Albright was also born in Prague. I guess I probably should have realized that. Or at least the Czechoslovakia, I guess it would have been. Tourist destination outside of Delhi. Agra. Over my dead body. God no. Vocally. Aloud. Yeah, that works. Nighttime sound. Classical performance space. One with diplomatic plates in NYC. A UN representative, United Nations representative, maybe? Over my dead body. Mesa para request at a Spanish restaurant. Not sure. Mixtures and copier cartridges. I mean, table for two. Mesa para dos. So maybe this is God no. Classical performance space. Odeon? Maybe the Odeum? No. Is this not Prague? Nighttime sound. Tax. Oh, tax preparer. Mixtures in copier cartridges. And we're going to read it in an unusual way. How to read the answers. Night. Oh. Is it a long I? Is it a vowel sound in night time? Long I. That must be what it is, as opposed to a short I. So this looks like earners, doesn't it? Chatted online in brief. I am something like instant message, or so is this actually odium then? I guess it is. Classical performance based odium. I guess that is the case. I'm so accustomed to thinking of that. You know, if I hear the word odium, I think of it with an I, and then that is, you know, a negative thing. Okay, so let's see. So how do I have to finish this off? Where the Magi journeyed from. Speeding check. Maybe it is trap with preparer now. Dash display in some cars. A. What arrives in the film? I don't like how that looks. Where the Magi journeyed from. I mean, could it simply be afar? They journeyed from afar? Be up. What arrives in the film Arrival? I don't like this either. Dash display in some kind. I don't know. Something earners or learners or mixtures in copier cartridges. Is it an anagram of some kind? No, there's no N in copier. I mean, there aren't enough letters anyway. I don't know. Be up. What arrives in the film Arrival? Oh, I guess. So my first thought was ETs. A very similar thing would be a UFO, an unidentified flying object. Yeah. So there are several. I guess there are multiple ETs in the UFO that arrives. Sorry if that's a spoiler. Dash display in some cars. Right. So what could this be? Speeding check. Oh, well, this could be a far then. Still, this would not be a trap. What would it be? A speeding check. This is a tough puzzle for me today. Be up. Dash display in some cars. What is this? Gas? What on earth is it? I'm just looking at the keyboard to look at letters that could be in there. A map? Like a map on a... Yeah, I guess a map on a big touch screen or something. Jump? Speeding check? Pump? What would this look like? Speeding check. Oh, a bump. Oh, a check not in the sense of something that determines your speed, but rather something that checks it in the sense of limits it. Okay, serves as a check against speeding. So a speed bump, that's correct. To be up is to... Oh, to be at bat in baseball? Wow. Okay. Yeah, would not have arrived at that without all that help. So top earners, mixtures and copier cartridges, top earners. Okay, I'll have to figure out what's going on with this revealer. It's needed to stay calm. Oh, self-control. In vain, or how to read the answers. So you did it in vain. You did it fruitlessly. Oh, that's useful. Is there a fruit missing from this? Mixtures and copier cartridges. Yeah, yes, if we remove pair, we get toners, and those are mixtures and copier cartridges. That's the ink in a cartridge for a copier or a printer or what have you. Great. Okay, what a relief. Finally understand what's going on here. Chatted online in brief. So is this just going to be IM'd then? Instant messaged, and then all of this is going to be a fruit? Impaired is a word, but no, it wouldn't be the right kind of pear. Impruned? No. I don't know. We'll get there eventually. Rankles no end. Something at, like eats at or nags at or something. Financial center of West Africa. Lagos, probably? Drink made with an artisanal flourish, maybe. Sporting great who said tennis uses the language of life. Maybe it's not Lagos. Tennis uses the language of... Oh, no, maybe it is. Agassi. There's a tennis player whose name has a G there. So rankles no end. So maybe it is eats at. Oh, impeached. There we go. Peach. Great. I should have thought of that on my own, but needed some crosses. Wool source. Alpaca wool. There we go. That's definitely it. Source for some bubbly. Is it Asti? Italian sparkling wine? The place of origin. Futures experts. I don't know. Most pucker-inducing. The tartest fruit, for instance, speaking of fruits. Gimme. It's... I need it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, one may be in default. A loan could be in default, like a home loan, for instance. Whoops. And then target of an exfoliator would be pores on your skin, and futures experts are soothsayers. Oh, that's funny. So you read futures experts and you think futures in the sense of a financial instrument, but no, they're soothsayers. They're people telling the future. They're experts on the future. Dreamily named rock group. REM, rapid eye movement, sleep. Yeah. Trains for the Chicago White Sox, L's, elevated rail. Uta Hagen was a Tony-winning actress and theater practitioner. PR piece, yeah, so one piece of the overall place name, Puerto Rico, for PR. And then prose postscript could be an epilogue. So, a bit that comes at the end of a, work of fiction or I guess nonfiction for that matter. Matter in a neon sign, plasma, I suppose. And school that's a rival of Yale informally. It must be UPenn. I didn't know that, but that seems like it would fit. Organization that monitors on-air obscenity. The Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, probably. Thinks nothing of. She thinks nothing of him. She... can't think. Start of a lovelorn soliloquy. Oh, Romeo. Yeah, famous soliloquy from Romeo and Juliet. European land where much of Game of Thrones was filmed. I think they filmed a lot of that in Northern Ireland, but apparently that's not the answer here. It must be Croatia. That's the only thing I can think of that would fit. Some fishing gear. On its way, in a way. Street urchin. Gammon? No, self-control's got to be right. Street urchin. I don't know. Abbreviation standing in for co-authors. Oh, maybe it is. No. This must be wrong. Okay, I'm surprised. So I think this probably is gammon because this is et al. So you'll see this often on a scholarly paper. I'll have the first two names and then et al. The rest. On its way in a way. Like a mail-in ballot or something. Pitchfork point. No, that's wrong. Because the point of a pitchfork is a tine. Self-command. Okay, similar idea to self-control, but different phrase. Thinks nothing of, forgets. There we go. It's not even in her mind. Organization promoting sober motoring would be sad, something against drunk driving students, maybe? Could sisters? I don't know, probably students. On its way in a way is, okay, so yeah, not mail in, but mailed. It's on its way. I've mailed it, I've posted it. Some fishing gear. Rods? Yes, with mango in the middle. Roman gods. Yeah, this is clever. This is good. We've got pear, peach, mango, and probably one more. Okay, bridges in Baghdad cross it, and then subjects of some European fishing bars. Oh, sorry, fishing bans. Huh. I don't know what that would be, but that probably ends with an S. Seattle to Mount Rainier direction. I mean, I know that Mount Rainier is near Seattle, but I don't. South by. I mean, well, it's got to. This one has to be S. South by south, east or west. Level in a social hierarchy, probably caste, like a caste system. On fire, it's lit. There we go. Part of a jouster's protection. I don't know. Drink that might turn your tongue blue. An icy, maybe, because it's got sort of all that artificial flavor in it. A blended ice drink. Less merry, probably ends with an ER. Fiends of folklore. Ogres, very frequently the dastardly character in a folkloric story. Useless leftovers are just the dregs. Fur once favored by Russian royalty. Is it stoat? No, it's not. It couldn't be. Sable. Sable is probably what it is. Less merry. Graver, more serious. Baseball Hall of Famer Guerrero to fans. I don't know. Investigate in detail. Right, so here's another fruitless thing. So maybe that B. Investigate in detail. Pre-something? I'm not sure. Organization that might sponsor a readathon in brief. The PTA, Parent Teacher Association, maybe? Rivian competitor. Oh, they make electric trucks, right? So Tesla, presumably. So this is wrong. Oh, useless leftovers is dross. There we go. That's another byproduct of various things. So Tesla, I guess dross is what, from smelting, and then dregs is from winemaking, but they're both used metaphorically for other contexts. Half-assed desultory, and then Vlad Guerrero, maybe? I don't know. Investigate in detail. Probe lemon. Problem one. I'm just thinking, probe to investigate in detail with a lemon in it. Is that right? Could be. I'm not sure. Mani Petty brand. Not sure. Grammy in the UK. Nan, right. So Grammy as in grandmother. So Nan, you might call your grandmother Nan here in the UK. Creature on the state flags of Michigan and Idaho. Elk, maybe? Gemstone found in hot springs. An opal? I actually didn't know that was the case, but that looks like the answer. Mani Petty brand. Oh, right. OPI. That's a cosmetics brand that comes up in the New York Times crossword reasonably frequently. Winter sports venue, a rink, like a skating rink. And then part of a jouster's protection is some kind of armor. Leg armor. Oh, I forgot about this. Bridges in Baghdad cross it. The Tigris, of course. Yeah, classic. Tigris and Euphrates. Anyway, leg armor. Oh, and I forgot about this as well. Oh, the subjects of some European fishing bans are eels. Okay. I guess that makes sense in the sense that there are lots of eels around here, but I didn't know. I'm not familiar with the bands. Anyway, leg armor. There we have it. So that was tough to get started, but then once both tough to figure out the theme initially, and also I just found it tough to break into this top corner. Once I did, everything seemed to flow pretty smoothly, but I did have a tough time breaking into the overall grid and the theme in particular. But let's take a look at that theme, fruitlessly. To do something fruitlessly is to do it in vain, but it's also how to read the answers to 17, 25, 49, and 58 across. We've got top earners, or toners when you remove the pair. Impeached minus its peached is I am'd, or chatted online in brief. Roman gods minus its mango are rods, some fishing gear. And finally, problem one, which did turn out to be correct, minus its lemon is to probe, to investigate in detail. Very clever theme by Ben Zimmer, fruitlessly. Fortunately, I started off feeling as though I was solving it fruitlessly, but eventually found the fruit in more ways than one and ended up solving the crossword in, I think, a reasonable amount of time in the end. And there we have it. That was the Thursday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday edition of the puzzle when we have we might have fruit, but if we do, it will be clued normally. No wacky themes like this tomorrow on the Friday themeless puzzle, we assume. So do join me for that. Consider subscribing to the channel on YouTube if you've been enjoying these videos, and let me know how quickly you found the fruit today in the comments below the video or the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which is linked in the description field. Nice friendly chat community over there. And then join me tomorrow for the Friday themeless puzzle. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.